Hello everyone, so really quick answer to the last mashup quiz. We had lots of interesting suggestions for this one. A lot of you said it was Lisztian. I completely take your point, and I'm going to give you a sort of honorary mark for saying Liszt because the improvisation had a kind of Lisztian freedom about it, didn't I? And a lot of you mentioned the third constellation in D flat major. Of course, it does have that triplet feel, 2, 3, 4, and then this thing. Now, in my improvisation, that isn't quite the feel. My improvisation began with this pattern. And that pattern, of course, is the wonderful Chopin Opus 27, number 2, D flat major, which in fact was the inspiration for the Liszt constellation. Do you see? So music's fascinating because you get all these influences, these lines of influence passing from musician to musician. Chopin's extraordinary nocturne influenced Liszt, who in turn wrote his constellation as a response to that nocturne. So absolutely, you deserve a point, those of you who said the Liszt constellation. But in fact, the composer I was thinking of was Chopin, and the little sort of ornaments that I used were meant to be more Chopin-esque than Liszt, but I can see that it's very, very difficult. You're in a kind of dreamy mid-19th century nocturne territory, so I think both composers are plausible. So well done for those of you who suggested either Chopin or Liszt, but maybe just a tiny bit of an extra mark for those of you who even identified the source of the Chopin Opus 27 number 2. That would have been John D-QD 1 Go. Identified that correctly, so an extra mark to you. That was very clever. And then what was the popular song? Well, that's a little bit of a clue in that I mentioned it. I talked about it in a short about a week ago. It was, of course, Kate Bush's Wuthering Heights. Loki's barking in the background. Massively slowed down and not immediately easy to hear. But if you listen to my improvisation again, you'll hear that that's what it is. So full marks if you got Kate Bush with Chopin, and sort of almost full marks if you suggested Liszt. There we go. Well done everyone for taking part. Brilliant.